live. While I'm waiting for confirmation from everyone out there that our audio, everything's feeding out good to the peoples, what I will do is what I usually do, and I will remind everyone to go to hankstrange.com, sign up for the email list, Walter, and Stomp. You can go over there too, sign up for the email list. Lola puts a whole bunch of different links to deals and all that kind of stuff up there. She also puts out a newsletter by email. I know she's got one of those going out tonight. You can also, if you look around the site, you will see we've got patches up there. You guys can get our patches and help support the channel. We will get some new patches once we get these sold off, and then you guys won't see these anymore. So they're exclusives. They'll be collector's items, and if you get them right now, Lola's sending out gunvote stickers with all the patches that get sold. So there you go. Big shout out to Harry's Holsters for supporting the show here. If you use the code HankStrange, you get 10% off at Harry's Holsters. They've got some new competition holsters that are out there as well. Shout out to Harrison and all those folks. And as I usually do, I will ask everyone out there to please smash the thumbs ups as you guys are coming in here. Smash those thumbs ups. That helps to boost us up in the algorithm, which has been suppressing us here of late. So smash those. Share if you can. We appreciate all that stuff. All right, so let me press the button and get the show going here.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation.
Boom!
Lifestyle.
Make sure you
Walk
subscribe,
and Lola.
thumbs up, ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live. Okay, we got STOMPNU Customs. We got Walter from Safety. There he goes. Ring the bell, Walter. Ring the bell. All right, let's see those jazz hands, people. Come on, let's see the jazz hands going out there. Shout out to everyone who's joining us. Yes, thank you for those jazz hands. I hope you guys have your big girl panties on. It's going to be an awesome, fun show tonight. And like I said before, our special guest is STOMPNU. STOMPNU Customs is joining us here. Shout out to you, man. How you been doing? It's been a little while.
Dude, I've been doing really good, man. Real good. We moved to Texas about a year ago, and Texas is really good for having your freedoms and selling some knives and having a good time. And I found a home range about 20 minutes from my house, and they have targets out to 300 yards with lights on them. And I just been getting crazy this year up until the problem.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. And I noticed that you've also been losing a ton of weight. You're out there working out all the time, man. You're getting skinny.
Dude, I think we never talked about it in the past, but 15 years ago, I was about 600 pounds, and I lost about 100 pounds then. And then over the years, I've lost about 50. And then my mom died 2 Septembers ago. And for some reason, I've been doing keto for like 3 years. Mm-hmm. And been taking off on the weekends and eating carbs. And then when my mom died, I just took keto really serious. And then I started intermittent fasting. And that's turned into where basically I eat for like 2 hours a day, all meat and eggs, and I work out probably at least a half hour to several hours a day. Depends on if my bike's there or not. And I'm down, I started at 444 and I'm down to 184 today, or 284 today.
Wow. And
from 2 years ago in September. So 444 in September, 2 years ago, and 284 today.
Awesome.
No surgery. And just a lot of miles and a lot of hiking.
Yeah, that's good work, man. Congratulations to you on that. You know, I know it's not an easy thing to keep up with. I see you out there posting stuff with your bike. Sometimes I think with your dog. Do you have just one dog or more? I'm trying to remember.
Big monster dogs.
Yeah.
One's named, and he's real sweet, and he's been real sick this year. And we're getting him back, and he hasn't been able to hike as much. But the real big dog is Moose. And he's a 155-pound Rottweiler Mastiff that we have here at the compound, and he's a pretty legit dog, and keeps everything pretty legit, and we like it a lot.
Yeah, awesome, very cool. Okay, we're gonna get into that and lots more. I see people already have questions, which we'll get into some questions that people have going on. Let's welcome Walter back to the show. Walter, what's up? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right.
How's everything going? How's the shop today?
Shop today is busy.
Okay, good.
So
Were you making mini bikes or making guns or both?
I'm making guns.
Okay. Oh,
I did ride. I
Mhm.
did a quick repair on one of the mini bikes late in the afternoon,
Oh, okay.
and I rode it again, and
Oh, okay.
the recoil starter cord broke, so I had to fix that.
Oh, okay. All right, nice. Yeah.
But,
Did you throw up some video somewhere? Maybe we'll take a look
I
at
threw
that
up a
here in a
little
second.
video of the mini bike family, actually,
Okay.
all 4 of them that I have that are running right now. So
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll check that out here a little bit
that's
later.
on IG. That's on Instagram. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. You guys go over to Dirtfoot Racing on Instagram
Yep. And you
and
can see the
follow.
family. Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Stomp, I think you're on Instagram also.
Yeah, STOMPNU Customs, and then on Facebook, I'm under STOMPNU Customs, and my main one is STOMPNU. If you just put Stomp and then NU for last name, you'll find it, and I'm pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
Um,
So if I'm showing I'm showing Instagram right now, and Walter's video comes up here first. So you guys, I'm just gonna smash some love right there, and Walter, that looks pretty cool, Walter. Yeah, I'm gonna take hold on one second. I like the purple one, but
Purple haze.
yeah, purple
Yeah.
haze, yeah, maybe.
Walter,
No, actually, the one that looks like a cafe racer, I'm all about that, Walt. And then
That's
Stomping You.
yeah, I have my bike is named Purple Rain. It's a
Yeah.
purple fat.
Yeah, so there you go, Stomping You. Let's see. Oh, I'm not even in my regular thing, so let me, hold on. I had my, that was my Stranger Palooza. So I just followed you from Stranger Palooza there, Stomp.
Oh, right.
And then I'm going to go to Hank Strange. I'm pretty sure I'm following you from Hank Strange, so that shouldn't be an issue.
That bike up right there.
Yeah, let's see. There we go. All right, let's see. It's loading up here. Yep. Following you. Okay, I was like, why? How come I'm unfollowed from you? But that's because I was at the Stranger Palooza thing. So there you go. So Stomping You's out there. Walter's out there. There you go. I see you got a backpack. You put up something from a backpack today. I see the bike up there. There you go. All right, so listen. Oh, knives are coming out already. These guys are not even waiting on the knives. So there's a bunch of questions. People are asking about your tactical overalls. Like if that's actually a carrier that you're wearing, or is that tactical overalls? What's going on? Is that
This is a leather piece right here.
okay?
A guy.
I think it's his tactical lederhosen. That's what it is.
Lederhosen, right? Yeah, that's cool.
By a guy called B. Davranoff, and it's leather.
Hmm. Oh wow.
And he makes these just for AK products. He's really kind of exclusive. I don't even cover him in the store, but I told him I'd be talking about him tonight. It's just so neat.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
he put a knife in here for me.
Oh, okay.
Hey, let me get that seated so I'm not in the light.
Yeah.
But got a knife in here that I carry everywhere, and I'm taking a class this year with Travis Haley, and I wanted to be able to film it. So I had a little cell phone holder put in here, and I can put mags there too if I want, but it just holds 2 mags.
Yeah, right where the cell phone holder is, that looks like some kind of bikini or G-string or something right there.
Dude,
Is that just me?
you know the baklavas you wear?
Uh-huh.
He incorporates them into the leather.
Oh, okay, so that's what we're looking at. Okay.
It's like one of them headscarves.
Oh, interesting. Okay, very cool. Yeah, that's a nice
Okay.
setup. So
Get up on-
just for the folks out there who are interested in that, can people actually order that from somewhere?
You can't order it. I'm going to be selling them one day, I hope, but you can get them on Instagram under by Davranoff. by.Davranoff.
Okay.
Davrnov. He's just an amazing maker out of Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
And
Brooklyn.
he puts his patch on here like this.
Mm-hmm.
So just a handmade. Let me see if I can get that up there. And that's upside down, but it says his name and what
Okay.
date it was made. These are totally handmade.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we try to find here at the store. Even though I can't sell him, he's a one-man operation. I'm definitely going to promote him because when he gets big enough that I can sell him, then I'm in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just
Okay.
try to promote many people as I can and bring customs to as many people as I can. And if I catch a sale, awesome. And if I promote somebody, I'm promoting customs. So
Yeah.
it's good for me.
Okay, Night Train says, looks like you're a member of the AK Operators Union.
Yeah, dude, I listen to that dude all the time. Yeah, man. I got a bunch of kind of like, I run AKs and that's about it.
Okay, let's see. Okay, oh, you're an AK guy. Okay.
I have a Krebs right behind me. I mean, you want me to go on them? I can.
No. We can't. No, let's not do that.
My bad. I ain't gonna touch them.
Yeah. Don't definitely don't do that. But yeah, we'll show them. We could show them. They're on the wall there. Don't mess around with them.
No, I'm not gonna touch them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show.
Yeah. So there you go. All right. Cool. Yeah. Nice collection that you got there.
Yeah,
Sure.
I appreciate it. I've been collecting AK since 95.
Wow. Okay. 95. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if there's any other. Gorillas and Guns says he just enrolled in gunsmithing school. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and lots of people congratulating you on the weight loss. Hussein says tactical overalls for the win. So there you go. And then there's people say, like, smash those thumbs and all that kind of stuff. As everyone's coming in here, please just smash the thumbs ups. Let's get those going. Obviously, we're going to be talking about a lot of knives. Walter, I know you got knives already. Should we get okay? Let's do a knife thing. Walt, what do you got? What do you got over there?
Oh, well,
Show us what you got.
I don't, one of those things, knives are kind of, I don't really consider myself a knife collector.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but then again, I have a whole bunch. So it's like, I mean, it's like, I like bayonets. I love bayonets, because I like rifles and military rifles. So I end up with bayonets, and then I see, oh, look, some reason I have an addiction for kukri. So
Yeah, kukris are awesome, man.
Yeah, and I can't pass up a nice kukri. So, matter of fact, I've got a one coming from Nepal that I ordered actually.
Yeah. I know that I would like you to make a special stipulation in your will that I get all the kukris.
You get all the kukris, okay?
Yeah.
So I mean, I just have I don't know what it is. I just know they're
just
badass.
They're badass, man.
Yeah, they're badass battle knives too.
So, or maybe, Walter, this is a possibility. Maybe in another life you were one of the kukri dudes. What are those guys again?
A Gurkha?
The Gurkhas, yeah.
Yeah, that's a stretch, man. All the way in Nepal.
You might have.
I don't know what
it's
happened.
possible. Who knows?
Anything's possible.
Yeah. By the way, let me just stop everything here for a second because I promised this guy I was going to shout him out. So Steve Dave is not feeling so good, and earlier on he was telling me, hey, if you can, he says, here, I'll throw it up what he said. He says, I need a big shout out at the beginning of the show today. It'll make me feel better. Just got out of the hospital, but I'll be okay, and I'm here for the show. So big shout out. Everyone shout out Steve Dave. Yay, Steve.
Yay, Steve. Yay.
Yeah.
I'll have a Diet Coke for you there, Steve. I had a beer earlier, but I'll have a Diet Coke
It's
for
Diet Cokes all around. Wait, so Walt has Diet Coke. What do you have, Stomp? Diet Coke also, probably. Diet Dr. Pepper.
Diet Dr. Pepper's good, too. I like that, too.
I've got a Canada Dry here. Because I don't
There you
believe in diet anything, but
Yeah, you don't do the
Canada
diet stuff.
Canada Dry, and I got water. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice big bottle of water. Yeah, okay, yours is bigger than mine, but in that thing, I'll give it to you. That thing, I'll give it to you. Oh boy, innuendo starting already. So Walter likes the kukris. So what's your kind of blade there, Stomp? Are you a big kukri dude?
This is my favorite knife that I own. This is a handmade knife by Jeremy Boulder from Valerian Knives, and it's a Bowie, and it's kind of a narrow one, but it's a fighter. But I love Bowies, man. I'm a Bowie guy.
Mm-hmm.
These are all These are all my personal knives right here.
Wow, cool.
I do like the Bowie style knives too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are my favorite. This is Americana right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is by Art Maldonado right here. He's out of Palm Harbor, Florida.
Oh, okay.
He did my.
That's a knife.
This style sheath is the style sheath I run.
Mm-hmm.
And these are designed to go tuck into your pants and hide. And this is how everyone used to run a knife back in the 1800s. You see that?
Oh, with the little,
Yeah.
what is that? Is that like a little tooth or something that's holding it?
A frog.
Oh, okay.
It holds onto your pants.
What is it called?
A frog.
A frog?
Yeah, this is an elephant hide with one of the frogs.
Huh. Okay.
Oh.
That's
I like
interesting.
this. This is what I carry, and then if you have a problem, you just pull out a big old Bowie knife.
Mm-hmm.
No one sees. And this is how everybody carried in the 1800s. This was normal. Then you just put your, if you want to hide it, you know what I mean? Just put your shirt up. Go to dinner.
Okay.
I can sit down like this and I can have conversation, run, get up, do anything I want.
Okay.
Got a whole bunch of heat on me all. So this is how I carry. This is what I carry all the time.
Yeah, that's cool. Now I've learned something. Walt, about the. I didn't know about the frog. I didn't know about the frog thing. It's frog, right? Because I know you're going in and out a little bit on the audio. You said that's a frog?
Yeah, I believe it's called a frog, Hank. I'm not an expert either, but I do
Okay.
believe that's what. Yep, I have them on all my carry knives. This is one of my carry knives.
Cool.
Okay. Nice.
This is my take on self-defense, right? My take is if someone comes up on me, I mean, I got 10 inches of heat no matter what.
Uh-huh. Double entendre.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Size 16 too. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. Oh boy. Yeah. Listen, let me show this real quick because I know you guys are showing your what you have there, and Edward Andrews sent me this. He sent me a picture of his knife setup to share with everyone. It says Dad's Tools Do Not Touch, and these are some cool knives he's got here. A nice dagger there, like a K-bar as well. Some cool stuff from him. There you go. Oh wait, he's sending me something else. Let's see what's the other one that came in here. And this is this dagger actually is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I forgot what these style of daggers are called.
That's a karambit on the left.
Yeah. So this is this is a karambit right here.
The Damascus on the left. There's a karambit. Yep.
Yeah. Very nice. Very cool. Okay. So let's see here. What's going on?
Yeah, we got some handmade karambits if you want to see them. I got pretty much all those type of knives except the kukri. I sold a kukri a little while ago.
Mm-hmm. So Des 7th Ave says, Hank, say kukri 5 times fast. Technically, kukris are machetes and not knives. The more you know. Okay, so they're machetes and not knives. So let's see. Kukri. It's not that hard. Kukri.
We say 5 times fast. What happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. Kukri monster shows up somewhere.
Kukri monster.
Yeah.
Kukri.
Yeah.
Guys who make those knives, Walter, are just unbelievable. The way they make them and the conditions they make them in and the price.
Oh yeah.
You're paying almost half of it just for shipping. So it's just an amazing deal, and they try to find the best steel they can. Some companies are known for using Mercedes-Benz leaf springs, and they're just really good high carbon steel.
Okay.
That's
Where
cool.
are they getting the Mercedes? Where are they getting the Mercedes-Benz leaf springs from these days? Just old Mercedes-Benz at the junkyard?
Absolutely. They source the steel from every place. They try to get the best they can.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend of mine named Hertik Blacksmith in Africa, and all he does is pull the struts out of. There's whole entire markets in Africa that are designed for car parts that come from our cars, and he goes into a bin of struts that's the size of my store, and he finds struts that he wants with the best steel, and that's how he makes all his crowbars. And I'm friends with this guy on Instagram and YouTube. Hertic Forge, HERTIC Forge. He's 26. I've actually gotten him a passport, and we're working on bringing him over here and working. working with the guys in Texas here, and these guys can build things out of nothing, right? Our makers here in America have like 2x72 grinders and all this really kind of like what we consider normal tools, right? My boy in Africa just got power set up for the first time in the shop that he made by hand, where he built the bricks from scratch.
Wow. What country is he in Africa?
Ghana.
Oh, he's Ghanaian. Oh, cool.
Yeah, I talk to him every day. I've been talking here. First, I thought I was getting ripped off.
Right.
And then we just...
No, that would be if you were talking to someone in Nigeria, though. Then Ghanaians are okay. They're not, they're not, they're not very rip-offy,
Spend an hour. It's so crazy how appreciative he is of just my time, let alone just knowing somebody that talks about the American dream. I mean, he's just so excited about it.
Yeah. So let's see. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but Lola is from Ghana.
Know that. Yeah,
Lola's from Ghana. So I need to check that out. Like, send me some kind of link or something to that so I can see what kind of stuff. And he's making knives or what did you say? Crowbars?
He makes crowbars and stuff like that. He makes forks, and I've got some pry bars. I showed him the market here for pry bars, and I had the tiny crowbars about 6 inches, and he.
So lots of dudes are walking around with crowbars. I guess that's part of some people's kits.
Crowbars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiny
What is this guy's? What's this guy's IG? We're gonna have to go look at this now. What's his IG? What's it called?
I have him on Facebook, I think, but he might be on Instagram. Hertic Blacksmith, HERTIC Blacksmith.
Hertic Blacksmith. Okay, hold on.
He's definitely on.
Hertic Blacksmithing. Is his name Isaac Aguirre?
Yep.
Aguirre? Okay.
My boy.
Yeah, hold on. I'll show his Instagram right here, and I'll follow him. Boom. So let me see. I'm looking for. I want to see where the. I want to see some crowbars. I want to see exactly what kind of crowbars he's making here. Oh, so these are little pockets. These are little pocket crowbars, openers. I like that skull opener that he's looking at right there. Huh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Working together for a year. I bring his stuff over and sell it when I can.
That's cool.
And he makes some really cool stuff.
This looks like so looking at this looks like those knives that the guys make out of railway the pins for railway ties.
Yeah, the railroad spikes.
Ties. Yeah, the spikes.
Those aren't really the best knives. They can't be heat treated correctly. You can't get a good.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll check it out. So you're selling stuff from this guy? You're bringing it over, or you're working on that? What's the deal with that?
What I do is I sell everything from him at cost, right? I don't make a penny, and I just send it back to him, and I get a little bit of a shipment, and then I sell it off and give it back to him. I'm really promoting him, and I send him money pretty regular. We're getting him to a point where I can bring him over, and when we have like plane money, when we have enough money for plane tickets, then we can start approaching people for all the paperwork. It's so hard to get the paperwork through. Okay. You have to show intent.
Yeah, I like. I'm showing this key rings, that thing that he has, that skulls. I like that. You know what? Listen, I will. I'll get something. I'll get something from there. I got to figure out how exactly to see what you have over there, but I'll get something and help support one of Lola's people.
Absolutely. Awesome.
With that. Yeah, absolutely. And Matt Morrison says, I wonder if anybody picked all of Walter's guns from the auction. Yeah, Walt. Yeah.
I don't think I got anybody pick anything.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That's the most ridiculous thing. Walter's saying, go steal a feather from the Queen of England. And if you do that, I'm going to give you some swag. It's basically like, really? There's 1,400 guns on that on that website. I don't know, man.
No, there was only 700 and something.
Oh,
That's all.
700. That's it.
Oh, there
Yeah.
was 700 items. They weren't all firearms.
Yeah,
so.
700 items
Come
that you
on,
got to
you
figure
know,
out which ones belong to Walter.
As they say,
That's cruelty,
if
Walt. That's cruelty.
if it was easy, everybody could do it, right?
Yeah. That's called cruelty to the gun people out there. Cruelty. So,
Well, you know, I mean,
yeah. So
the
that's still.
cruelty is some of the.
I take it that's still open, right? That contest is still open. Walt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Good luck to you. You're gonna have to do some major cheating. I'm gonna have to figure out if I can somehow figure out something and then help you guys cheat. Otherwise, no one's getting Walter's swag. I can just tell you that right now. Pixamite says Walter's playing super hard nuts on that challenge.
Hey.
Yeah, so stop. You don't know this. So Walter has where's the auction, Walt? What's the name of that auction?
It's Gun Auctions USA.
Yeah, and then tell Stomp what your rules of this auction are.
And I'll tell you, I took 20 rifles, firearms to put in this auction, and of my own. And I said on the show, I said if somebody can pick out 5 of mine out of the whole auction, I'll give them a swag pack and some really cool stuff.
Yeah. And
of course, it's pretty hard to do if you're gonna pick.
Yeah.
You gotta because it's anyways, without everything there's some of those guns you wouldn't think would be mine. I'll just say that.
Right.
So
Nope, got it.
So, but you know what? It's all fun. Come on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's all fun and cruelty to the people out there. You don't know how many people have told me, like, okay, can you explain to me what's happening here with Walt? What is up with this content? How am I going to actually get some swag? Tell me if someone ever gets 5 of those things and sends it in to Walt. So, yeah. Yeah.
Way to get people to your auction now.
No, it was cool. There was some cool guns. Matt Morrison says it looked like I looked at all the pics and thought maybe a broom handle Mauser was his. Laugh out loud. Okay, we can eliminate that one. It's not.
Yeah, I can definitely say no because if I had a broom handle Mauser, it wouldn't be at the auction.
So you got 699 other choices, right? You know that's.
Hey, look it. It's easier than winning the lottery. Come on.
Really?
Just barely.
I would advise you guys play the lottery first. And then if you win some money, tell Walter if he could pick out 5 of his own things.
Well, at least I can see in the chat somebody's listening to what I'm saying because they noticed that I said rifles. So.
Rifles. Yeah, All Thumb says Walter said rifles. A clue! It's a clue. Go in there and search rifles. And then there's probably only about 500 rifles in there, so you should be. Yeah, just go eaty meaty miny mo. That's what I say. That's my suggestion to you.
Yeah. That's a lot of people win the lottery that way too.
Yeah, or go to the site and look right now and just say, "Hey, Hank, is it a blah blah blah?" We'll ask Walter. He says no. Then just go through the process of elimination.
And at the end of the year, when we get through all the questions, then
I'm telling you, right. Yeah.
What's your for a rifle you're putting at an auction, Walter?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
What's your criteria for a rifle you're putting at auction?
I have some doubles of things, more than one. Right now, the market is really, really hot for everything that shoots bullets. So I figured it might be a good time to, clean. When you got 2 or 3 of the same thing and you're not even using one of them, so it's like, okay, well let's just cull the herd a little bit.
I did the same thing over the last 3 months. I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff, and I'm down to like not too much. I mean, pretty much what you see in like a couple of shotguns, and I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? I was able to buy a fat blank. I was able to pay some debt off. I was able to do all kinds of, and I got myself down to 4 rounds now. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm down to 9mm, 12 gauge, 308, and 7.62 by 3.9.
Okay.
And it's very refreshing to me, right? So I have like 5 AKs that take that round, and then I have an AK that takes 308, and then I have, a 9mm AK, and real basic, a Glock here and a CZ there, and that's about it. You know what I mean? Like, I got rid of all my extra pistols. I got rid of everything.
So did you do that because of like what's going on? Everyone's buying all the guns. You're like, hey, this is a great time to do it, or you were just selling stuff anyway?
I found out what I could do. I looked at what I used at the range for the last year and what I used the most, and I got rid of everything else.
Okay, all right.
I knew the prices were real high. I could get everything plus, and I was like, time to dump. You know?
Yeah.
I also bought guns. I bought like a high-end Meridian Defense AK-47. I bought, like 50 mags. I bought a bunch of stuff too.
Yeah.
I just kind of consolidated.
Yeah, I guess, so you've been building up your collection since when? The whole collection? Your whole life, or?
I started with the AKs in '94. I don't have anything from that. The oldest gun I have right now is probably my NPAP. It's maybe like 7 years old. And everything else is pretty new, but what I have is pretty nice. Like my CZ is an A01 LD, and that's like one of two guns. I have two pistols, right? I have an A01 LD and I have a Glock 34. And when I get to carrying and having a concealed permit, I'll get a smaller gun. But until then, I'm not carrying one. I carry this knife and I'm good. And I have
so
something.
you don't have a CCW yet?
I used to in Florida. When I moved to Texas, it got it went up, but I need to get it again. I'm gonna get one soon.
Okay, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay, very cool. I think there's nothing. I don't know what you think about that, Walt, but I think over time you kind of like realize, hey, these are the guns that I'm really into.
Yeah,
get better ones and consolidate, right?
Or if I had some things that I've never really shot, believe it or not, and I really didn't have any huge desire to shoot them, that I just acquired through different various ways. And it's like, okay, this is a seller's market right now. So I figured, well, let's be a seller for one time instead of a buyer. Now I am watching a couple of things on the auction that I'd like to buy. So
well, so let me ask you this, Walter. What are you looking at? What are you looking at on the auction that you would like to buy?
Well, if I tell you what I'm interested in, some bonehead's going to go out and bid against me.
No one would do that here. They wouldn't do that. You guys pinky swear that you won't go bid against Walter, and then yeah. I'm trying to get Walter to say what he's looking to buy so we could eliminate some things.
My interests vary greatly when it comes to firearms. Everybody thinks, oh, you just like military guns and all that. And I do like military guns, but there's other things that'll catch my eye, and I'm like, oh, that's that's an interesting gun. So, but again, I'm not going to pay crazy prices for interesting guns.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, absolutely not. We were looking at that. Where's that Tech 9 at, by the way?
Tech 9's close to $700
Oh,
right now.
no.
And there ain't no effing way in this universe that I'm paying $700 for a Tech 9.
No.
There ain't no way.
I would love to have a Tech 9. If anyone has a Tech 9 in good shape that you don't want and you want to make it a gift for me for Christmas or something, let me know.
Hank,
yeah.
Huh? Doc, I used to own one.
Oh, you used to have a Tech 9?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, cool. Was it in good shape?
I mean, the magazine, the latch would always break on the magazine. I mean, it was horrible. The gun was just all right. I mean, I never got it to work very well.
Yeah. Brian Quick says, don't overpay for a gun right now unless it's something no longer produced. So there you go. Let's see something. There was people were talking about, like, some people don't like selling anything. I guess there are some people who are selling stuff. I see DCG44 says, I hate selling. There's
been lots of panics in my existence since I've had more guns than and people buying magazines. And there's been times I could have sold magazines at a huge profit. I could have sold receivers at a huge profit, but I for a while, sometimes it's like, well, if I sell it, will I be able to get it again? You never know. So
yeah.
But I mean, I got a box of 100 AR mags sitting in the shop, but right now mags are not that crazy, except that when California thing pops up.
No, I don't think mags are not that crazy right now.
And I think the market is calming down because I'm getting emails from companies that are selling parts and some people are having sales on parts.
Really?
So it's not that crazy as it was a little while ago. So.
Oh, okay. And I know when I was at Lawful Defense the other day, they had tons of magazines over there. So I don't think there's a big run on magazines, which we have seen that. That's happened in the past. We've seen people buying the living daylights out of magazines. I think right now the biggest thing's probably ammo, and then handguns.
223 ammo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
yeah.
I ain't paying no 60 cents a round for no AR ammo or nothing like that. There's no way. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Walter's taking that personally. So Len Holt says, so really there are only 208 rifles on the auction, and then he says,
Well,
so right there you go, man. He's Len Holt. He's not you know, he's working hard for this, Walt. I'm surprised.
He's counting cards, man. He's starting to count the cards.
He's down to 208. You know, his odds have gone up. 208 rifles, huh? Len, I really think you need to start suggesting some rifles. See what we can eliminate. We're just going to have to do it like this. That's how we're going to have to go. Listen, while we're on the magazine, what was that? What was that, Stomp?
Hey, one's got to be a Mauser.
Yeah. Do you have any Mausers on there, Walt?
No.
Oh, there you go. Boom. So that's a clue right there.
Well, it's close to one, though, so it's like a make of a Mauser, but it's called something else.
There's a couple Mausers on there I was watching.
So see, there you go. There you go. You can eliminate Mausers. Eliminate Mausers out of that list. So listen, while we were talking about magazines, I actually saw something in the news about magazines. Let me see if I can pull it up. There was some guy that got in trouble over magazines on the news. Let's see. Okay, here it goes. I'll throw this up and we can get into this real quick, and then we go on to other stuff. So this is in the Monitor. It says, man found with 200 AR-15 style magazines. A McAllen man faces up to 10 years in federal prison in connection with federal smuggling goods charges after he was arrested at a port of entry last week, records show, on September 15th.
This is in England, isn't it?
Let me see. I think this is Mexico. On September 15th, U.S. Homeland Security investigation agents interviewed Luis Eduardo Mendoza Perez, a U.S. citizen, after he was detained by U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers as he attempted to pass through the port on his way into Mexico. He was referred for He was referred for a secondary inspection after giving a negative declaration for any prohibited items. During that stop, which took place at the Hidalgo port of entry, CPB agents discovered 200 AR-style magazines within Mendoza's vehicle, specifically underneath the back seat and inside the spare tire well of the vehicle. The complaint said, so he was smuggling for reals. It's not like, he was in a store, he accidentally bought 200 because in America there's not the Yeah, man, listen, you could be at a store and you're like, these magazines are on sale, and buy 200 magazines. But
then just forget they're in your car as you drive to Mexico.
It's not a crime. It's not a crime, right?
Not here it isn't.
No. Yeah, what are you saying, Stomp?
You can't have 200 magazines in your car going to Mexico?
Yeah, I guess not. But he definitely was trying to hide it.
I mean, you may need 200 magazines going into Mexico.
Yeah, I have a feeling he was going to make some serious money from those magazines. So it says, in the interview with HSI agents, Mendoza stated that he was hired by an unknown person in Mexico he confessed, to transport the magazines from the U.S. into Mexico. Mendoza told agents he was to be paid $2 per magazine and expected to be paid $400 in this instance, the complaint states. That's not worth, I don't know, $400. I don't know. But Mendoza stated that he knew it was illegal to transport magazines into Mexico and that he did not have a license to export such items to Mexico. And he admitted all this stuff. He admitted he also smuggled magazines into Mexico on Where's this guy's lawyer?
Is he stupid?
Where's his lawyer? I'm going to be like, what? There's a problem with magazines? Yeah. Seriously. Yeah, 2 days after his arrest, Mendoza made his initial appearance before a federal magistrate and requested to have counsel appointed. Now?
Duh.
Records show additionally Mendoza consented to a video conference detention hearing. Mendoza is represented by counsel from the Federal Public Defender's Office. If convicted of smuggling goods from the United States, the 19-year-old 19-year-old McAllen man faces a fine and a maximum of 10 years in federal prison.
Well, okay, so he's being prosecuted by the U.S., not the Mexicans. So yeah, he won't do a whole lot of. He'll get fined and he might do a little bit of time. He ain't gonna do no 10 years in prison.
Yeah, this seems like. I mean, I guess this has probably been going on for some time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's probably money to be made in it, but man, this doesn't seem like,
What's the version of Brownells?
Mexico's version of Barnauls? They don't have one.
Oh, speaking of Brownells, there we go.
Shout out,
There you go.
The Bureau of Propaganda. On
Yeah,
there.
Brian Woodward says, "Is this dude from the Village People? This is a kid, and he's made like for $400, man. He's gonna do time.
Oh, God.
You know, for $2 a magazine. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
That kid from Better Off Dead. I want my $2, one way or the other.
Yeah. Len Holt says ITAR strikes again. And Lola says accidentally buy 200 magazines, laugh out loud. So what did 200 magazines even cost?
It depends. AR magazines, right?
Yeah.
You can buy. I just got an offer. I got an email from Global Ordnance. I got a email from those guys. It's they're Korean steel mags.
Okay.
Which there's nothing wrong with, and they were like $650 a piece or something.
Okay, so times 200, $1,300 to make 400. I guess that's not bad. And there you go.
But that's
Stomp's showing his AK.
These are Korean.
Oh, Korean AK mags. Yeah.
Steel ones. Yeah.
Badass.
No, but
$10 each.
Yeah. Yeah. What's
that's
that?
a pretty. You're selling yourself pretty cheap for $400. Come on. Man.
Yeah.
That's like.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna go through
Dan.
all of that, you got to make at least $10 a mag. Come on now. Because those guys, whoever he's selling it to over there is up in that price.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Come on, get your hustle on, son.
That Tech 9's at $700, man.
Yeah, 700. No.
They're out of their flipping mind, man.
For
There's
Tech
no way.
9, no.
No freaking way.
Yeah. DCG says, lucky it was U.S. Customs that caught him. Mexico will give you 5 years for a single spent case. Yes, empty brass.
Yeah,
wow.
He's gonna get a.
Yeah. And Night Train says, how about Operation Fast and Furious during the Obama administration? No one went to jail for that. Yeah.
Obama should be in jail for that.
Yeah, and Appalachian Gunrunner says they probably gave him the money to purchase the mags. He was making a $2 pay for each mag smuggled, not selling them for $2. I doubt it anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Night Train says $2 can go a long way in Mexico, but this guy's American. Yeah. You know, so. And Matt Morrison says, what should a Tech 9 go for? So STOMPNU, what do you think? 450?
$4.50.
Oh.
Yeah. Honestly,
I'll be happy to pay $7 for a Tech 9.
I would go just depending on how many mags it has. If it had, $350, okay, just to add it to the collection.
Well, yeah,
but not freaking $700. No way.
Go ahead, Stomp.
Yeah, I mean it's an odd gun. It's iconic. I mean it goes great with your House of the Locked and Loaded Magnum shirt. It's good for that. It's our time. It's all the gangster rap. I mean for us.
Yeah, that was in so many movies. I mean, come on. Like, that's an iconic. I really think that's an iconic gun. That's why I would like to have one, but I don't know.
It's probably going to be like very expensive one day when you can't get them at all. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, and if they were bad guns, there's probably a lot of bad ones out there, or ones that people just junked, or people probably
Yeah.
turned them in those stupid buyback nonsense. You know,
Yeah, some people try to convert them to full auto, and you'll see all kinds of crazy stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
So
They were made by a company in Miami called Intertech.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah. Weren't they
yeah.
designed by Kellgren?
I think Kellgren was part of that whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So of Keltec.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah. Now
yeah.
my question's always been, they stopped selling the Tech 9 with one of the assault weapons ban things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a pistol and da da da. But once that was all over, like right now, you could build a gun like that and sell it. There's no problem with doing that.
Yeah.
Where did the tooling and the dies go for that?
Oh, well, didn't
The
those guys go?
injection.
Yeah, but they went
You know,
bankrupt, didn't they? Didn't they go bankrupt?
well, okay, when you go bankrupt, normally there's a sale at
Mm-hmm.
some point,
Mm-hmm.
and people buy assets.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the various Mac 11 and Mac 10 manufacturers all went out of business, there were auctions
Mm-hmm.
where they sold all the stuff. So where did all that tooling go for the Tech 9?
That's a good
It was
question.
just sitting in somebody's warehouse someplace, just sitting on it.
I don't know. That's possible. It could be in a freaking one of those storage container units.
Yeah, a storage unit somewhere. Yeah.
You know, I know that when I went to what is it? Is it ASS? No, that'll be a bad word. What the studio services? I forgot the name. Remember we had Larry Zanoff on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
independent studio services.
Yeah, ISS. Lola is trying to tell me. Yeah, when I went there, they had a ton of those Tech 9s. I went into a room that there was just a whole wall with Tech 9s on it. So I don't know if the movie business bought a lot of those.
it got banned in '94 after the Columbine massacre.
Mm-hmm.
So it was one of 19 firearms introduced. I'm on Wiki.
Yeah. DCG says that Walt that they might have sold a scrap. You know what I thought it was interesting, because I'm making a video. I did get one of those Lipsys P80 Glock, the retro Glocks,
Nice.
and I was making a video on just like unboxing it, and I was looking at some stuff from Lipsys. Basically, so those P80s are copies of what the Austrian army ordered from Glock, and Glock was delivering to them back in '82, right? So they didn't use this. They said they didn't use the same mold because Glock repurposed that mold.
Oh, okay. They just cut more stuff in it and
Yeah,
use it for a next generation.
yeah,
gun.
yeah. Glock changed up that mold, and I was like, but I guess that was like in the early days of Glock doing that. So because probably now they're not destroying molds.
I wouldn't think so.
But it makes me
You
wonder
never
if
know.
back in the days these companies were like, whatever, we don't need this mold. You know?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. It's too bad they didn't. Like did these manufacturers think back in those times that in the future we would think these guns are awesome and we would want to see a retro Tech 9, for example?
I don't think there would be a retro Tech 9 per se,
Mm-hmm.
and that awesome thing you said.
Mm-hmm.
I, I guess if it was originally the Tech 9 evolved from the KG99, which was a full auto gun.
Mm-hmm.
Inner dynamic or Intertech, whatever, not Intertech, but anyway, the KG99 was a more of a full auto gun. So and then the Tech 9 was a cheapened version of that in semi-auto.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many it'd sell really. I don't know. It's hard to say. There was back in those days there was quite a few of those little high capacity gangster looking guns for. There was another one called an AP9.
Mm-hmm.
If you look that up, the same idea: plastic lower, tube receiver on top, high capacity magazines.
And
Yeah,
that was called. That was called an AP9.
AP9,
AP9.
if I'm not mistaken.
Let me look that up. AP9. And you saw that in a lot of movies?
I don't know if it was in a lot of movies. It used to be sold in a lot of places.
AP9 gun.
Back,
let's see. So
AP9
80s,
early 90s.
Okay, yeah, that looks kind of, yeah.
It's like a Tech 9.
Yeah, it looks kind of Tech 9. It doesn't have that, well, some of them have those perforated holes around the
Yeah,
barrel
the
shroud
Yeah.
up front. Yeah, that looks cool. How come someone just doesn't make a retro version of that? I'm sure there's probably no copyright or IP
No,
on
there
that kind of
no
stuff nowadays, right?
no. That's a good question. I don't know. It's
Because
just
you can buy a PSA, AKV.
Hmm. Yeah, right. Someone was
well, yeah. I
asking.
mean,
Go ahead, Walt.
there's that too. I mean, but injection molded made guns are cheap to make. I mean,
Hmm.
I would
it don't cost Glock. It don't cost Glock 400 and something or $500 to make a 9mm pistol. I can tell you
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
So
I would make the grease gun again, something that's like iconic, something that you wouldn't shoot again, but something that's like World War II and just bad as hell. But you know
Hmm.
it's not going to aim right. You know you're never going to really use it. But
Hmm.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah. So Walt, like I know you do. What do you do? Stand parts. You do. So
Right.
people are definitely putting those together, right?
I reckon. I guess. I don't know what
Yeah.
people do.
Oh. Okay, that's not your business, right?
Not my business.
Not your business. Okay. Yeah.
So
Let's.
yeah, I mean, I've thought about building a semi-auto stand too,
Hmm.
a properly designed semi-auto stand. But
Hmm.
I just have other things going on right now. So
Yeah. Once upon a time, Walter, remember we were working on a crowdsourced gun. We were going to put out a gun that people could just go get some parts and make a cool gun. We need to
yeah,
get back to that. We got sidetracked.
yeah,
You know.
life,
Yeah.
profit got in the way.
Yeah. Darn, paying the bills.
Damn
You know,
profit.
gotta pay those stinking bills. that that always messes everything up. Let's see. Night Train says, if I recall, the Tech 9 was used by the hijackers in the original movie, The Taking of Pelham 123.
Yeah. Well,
And
probably
and
that's one.
mhm. Go ahead.
Look. No, I was gonna say look it up on that with IMB, whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Len Holt says, rumors have it that Bass Pro is going to buy Remington. Anyone else hear that? Nope. That's the first time I heard that. I don't know if you
Oh,
guys have
haven't
heard
heard
that.
that.
Yeah, I know that that PSA or JJE Capital that owns PSA, I think they had the leading bid on the ammo side, but I don't know if that's been approved. We'll get into it. Okay, these guys are going to show knives. Let's start with let's say Walt, what you got there? What are you showing off, and then we'll go to Stomp.
This is the one back in 2017 when your show started, the blog.
Mm,
I was out on a vacation out in the
yeah,
west,
that's still sexy.
western U.S.
Yeah,
and we were at
Grand
what's
Canyon.
the no well no the not Mount Rushmore, but the other thing with the Indian um the other
Not
big thing
Crazy
they're
Horse.
working
I
on.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Crazy Horse. We were
Oh,
Crazy
okay.
Horse, and they were having like a craft fair inside the that area there, and there was a knife maker there.
Yeah, that's
And this
beautiful.
guy made this knife. This is like elk bone handle, and
Hmm.
it's designed to be more like actually a working knife, cutting meat and stuff like that. I
Hmm.
guess the blade is made from a big big saw blade. That's
Hmm.
what
No,
he uses for the blades. Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, cool.
that's super.
Yeah,
I
I
like
had to
that.
get me something. Yeah, yeah, and it's got your basic sheath and everything, and yeah, so
Yeah, I think
like
Yeah,
that's a sexy knife still, man. I like that.
yeah.
custom knives are badass.
Yeah.
I made this one.
Oh, well, that's a knife. Yep.
Yeah, the first one you make, you don't know what it's going to really come out to be. So
Mhm.
this is kind of what it came out to be. I thought I was going to make a Bowie.
Oh, cool. What kind of wood did you use on the handle?
I'm not even sure. I think it's like walnut or,
Mm-hmm.
I know it's an old floor sample.
Mm-hmm.
But you can use like old floor samples for handles too. Pretty primitive knife, but came out really nice.
Yeah, that
And
is cool.
obviously I didn't really make it, right? I beat it out and someone made it look good, right? I had help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Oh,
made
that's
that.
cool.
It almost looks like a straightened blade kukri.
Yeah, that's what I was going to show you all. It's a little bit of like a parang, like a jungle knife.
Yep. Yep.
Who made the sheath for
It's
you?
a real cool jimpy knife.
Where'd you
I
get
did
the
that.
sheath? Oh, you did the sheath? Okay.
I made all of it, really. It took me like 35 hours maybe. Like weekends, a lot of visiting. Yeah, definitely fun. Like if I was to die, I'd probably get buried with this one.
Really? Okay.
I made it. You know what I mean? It took me
Mhm.
for. You can't.
No, very cool. How many knives have you made yourself?
This is it, man. This is the one time I did it, and I was like, my God, it takes so much work. I'm never gonna figure.
Yeah, I see. So that's why that one's going that one's going in the grave. Going
When
in the
I
grave with you.
do
Does
this,
the wife has instructions on that? What's the
he knows. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all
She's
difficult.
gonna have
I
a
mean,
lot of stuff she's gonna have to take over to that.
I have some nephews that are going to be hooked up if they keep showing interest in everything. It's just a matter of who shows interest. But you know, my wife is real supportive of this. I got into the custom knife thing because I quit drinking like 8 years ago. I met her like 5 years ago, and she bought me a tomahawk, and then I turned the business into something, and it just kind of like takes off from nowhere. But it's basically an addiction that I turned into a business that works,
Mm-hmm.
and it keeps me off the streets, and I have a fun time with it, and you know
Mm-hmm.
how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to be something that it's a different market, right? So I show these knives, like I show this, right,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have someone want it, and then I go put the order in with Art,
Mm-hmm.
and then he takes it and deals with the customer, and then I get 20% of the sale.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to spend $1,000 to show somebody something, and then
That's
put
got a
their hand.
nice handle. What's that handle? I like the purple.
This pine cone, purple pine cone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
And so I get what I want made. I invest in the maker, then I show their gear,
Mm-hmm.
and then I few knives. If it's on my wall, I got it for 30% off. 10% goes to the tax man or shipping.
Mm-hmm.
20% my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not about what's on the wall as much as people call me and I put them with a maker that's their budget, what they want, and then we get dreams made. And I just get 20% of the sale. It's not a lot, but you know, some of the knives, like you know, a knife like this is, you know, like $1,000. You know, so if you make a sale on something like this, you get a couple $100. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, some of them go for as much as like, this is like a $1,500 knife. This is actually my design.
Okay. And let me see. Let me just if as you guys are watching this, if there's something specific that Stomp is showing, or even Walter, you guys want to see more about it or hear more about it, let us know. By the way, smash the thumbs ups out there. Everyone out there right now, smash the thumbs ups. You know, we appreciate that. Even if you did it already, smash it again. There you go. All right. So yeah, do you have any out the front?
Yeah, I do actually. I was going to bring that up. This is the one knife I bought in the last 3 years for me. And I saw you and Babyface talking about the Microtex, but
Yeah.
you need to know about this company because they got Microtex sort of in the pickle.
Mm-hmm.
The lead designer for Microtex left 7 years ago and went to this company called Guardian Tactical. So
Guardian
they make
Tactical.
they make the front that has a sleeve in it right here.
Mm-hmm.
See that chrome?
Mm-hmm.
That part of the chrome right there is a sleeve that the button rides on. It's becoming patented.
So does that make it easier to push that button?
Yeah, watch this, Hank. I'm gonna barely touch it.
Oh, okay.
Way easier. It's probably 30-40% easier. Like Lola could use this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna show I'll show their IG here, and I'll follow them on IG. It's Guardian Tactical USA on IG, and I know that's a big issue that Lola has with the out the fronts that you know.
So I'm doing it with my index finger.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So even I've got there's my Microtech right there. There's my Hank Strange customized one with the logo all over it. And to me, it's pretty easy. But yeah, Lola, you know.
You Lola notice the similarities in design?
What's that?
Notice the similarities in design between your knife and.
Yeah, that's the Tonto.
The designer is the same guy.
Oh, okay.
Left Microtech.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
he's doing his own thing at Guardian Tactical.
So what does a knife like that go for?
I think this is like 375, 275, 250. Like the big one, I think is 380, and I think this one's like 330.
Okay. All right. Cool.
One, like your Dragoon, your combat Dragoon is bigger.
Mm-hmm.
They have one size bigger like that.
Oh, okay. Let's see. By the way, let's get us all up here. Brick says, I've been saying that about Guardian Tactical, my EDC. That's what he says. Okay.
No, they're a really good company, man. I don't really talk about regular knives too much, but if I do, it's Guardian Tactical and basically Cold Steel. I always recommend Cold Steel.
Okay, very cool. Walter's got you were talking about tomahawks, and Walter looks like he's got a tomahawk out here. What's that?
Yeah, it's just a basic throwing tomahawk. You know, it ain't pretty.
Walter, that's hawk every competition thrower in the world uses. That's a Cold Steel Frontier Hawk. $33 on Amazon. It's the same one all the pros use, I think.
Well,
maybe
it
not.
Must be similar. It must be similar, but this is not a Cold Steel.
Okay, my bad.
I don't know the manufacturer. I bought it actually one year when I was at with the Boy Scouts at summer camp.
Does it have any markings on it, Walt?
Nope, not a one.
Okay.
It looks like it was hand forged at some point, whether that was in who knows where. But it is fun to throw, and you know, and if you break the handle, you just put a new handle on it and you keep throwing. So yeah. It always makes for good competition amongst friends.
Oh,
that's cool. That's a cool one there too. Yeah.
Yeah. So hold on. Let's show what were you just showing.
This is where the custom game all started for me. This is my first custom piece ever. My wife, the first year we were dating for Christmas, and I fell in love with her.
Oh wow. Okay. Nice.
Cool.
This
cool.
This Three Rivers.
Yeah, that looks savage.
This is a really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't carry this guy, but he is a badass maker. I do carry who I think is the best maker in the world for hawks, and this is him. This is Daniel McCune, and I'm going to show you how sick this is. This kid's only 23 years old, but he's been making them since he's 9 years old.
What?
I think he's better than his father.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So what is the texturing that's on that blade?
This is just a regular hammer finish, just regular texturing. He put my logo on there for me, and there's his logo on there, laser etched.
Okay.
Just not a finished blade, but this is called a bag hawk. This is kind of a smaller one. I take this on hikes every day. When I go hiking, I bring this every time.
Wow. Okay.
Small. Like this is a full-size hawk right here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a bag hawk.
Okay. So what does that mean? What do you call it? A bag hawk?
Just a smaller hawk. It's a smaller design.
Okay. Interesting.
For fighting and, you know, like tearing apart wood and, you know, basic hammer.
Mm-hmm.
This one's just a sick, you know, beast. This is the Warb hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beefy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And McCoon waiting list. I get it when I call him for a hawk. I get it pretty quick, like within a couple months usually. And typically, wait for a while. A lot of these guys, you wait for a year and a half for a blade. So you have to get on a list and wait, and that's normal, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now let's get this question in here from All Thumbs. All Thumb says, "What makes a knife worth $1,500?" Who wants to take that first? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the piece of steel here alone, this Sanmai steel is sandwiched steel. Do you see the line going down the middle of it? Mm-hmm. So it's pattern welded. It's Sanmai steel. That piece of steel alone is $320, and that was 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then you have to have it made, right? Mm-hmm. And the custom knife that I had made from scratch from my design. So that cost me like $1,000. Mm-hmm. So you're in it for $1,400.
Mm-hmm.
And this made knife to what I wanted made. This is a really sad story, actually. I don't want to say the maker's name because this is Gen 1 of the Stomp Blade, and then this is Gen 2, and this is a sick, sick knife. And I made it like the Rambo knife in the design, and I spent a lot of money getting this one made too. And you see how it just opened up with my finger? It's on that fuller. So you can just pop it with your finger. I mean, the action on this thing is sick. You know what I mean? Gen 2, we sold 5 of these in a week, and then he told that he took the name and called it the Ultimatum instead of the Stomp Blade and cut me out of it.
Oh, man. Yeah,
so now
sucks.
I'm thinking about giving it to China.
Uh-oh.
And now I favorite dagger from him because I don't even talk about the guy's name no more, right? I don't even say his name no more. He's a piece of shit, but his knives are badass.
Yeah, that's it's too bad that happened, man. Sorry to hear that. That sucks.
Hey, dude, I got close to 25. I got like 14 in this one and 6, and so $2,000 into getting my own knife brought out. Sick design. And it gets taken out from underneath you when something sells. Money talks, I guess.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah. So Walt, what's your take on that, Walt? What do you think? Would you spend $1,500 on a knife, or is that just like too expensive for you?
There's a lot of labor in making a knife. You know, I mean, if it's done right. So I mean, you're paying for people's labor. You know, you're not paying for slave labor. So you're paying for, and people have, if it takes you X amount of time to make one knife, you got to make enough money to keep the electricity on and pay the, and everything else. So yeah, I mean, custom stuff always costs more money, And once again, I mean, if you want that, then you'll pay that. If you don't want that, then you can buy something off the shelf, and I guess you'll be happy.
Yeah, I think there's lots of things in this world like that, right? It's what is the value to you? Like if you see the value in something, then it doesn't really bother you that much that it costs you more because you really value that thing. All right, what are we looking at here, Stomp?
This is a Melvin Lozada.
Okay.
Lozada, the Tampa. And he's just an amazing maker that's been in the game like 15 years. And this is a tiny knife called the Bambito that is a pocket knife. Literally a pocket. And this costs just a little bit less than his big knife, There's not much difference in these two blades. They're still titanium. It's just a design and how it's made, right? So there's a year wait to get one of these from Melvin. If you call me, I can get it in like 3 months. He'll get right to work on it. Melvin has 5 rooms set up in his garage, and he's like a jeweler. They're all separate spaces. They're all hermetically sealed. He spends his whole life in his garage making these by hand. These are amazing.
And what's the price on these?
I believe this is about $600.
Okay. And it's titanium, you're saying?
And his big one, I think this is close to $800.
Okay.
So beefier.
Yeah, that's big for a titanium knife.
Check out that design.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
It's almost like a pry bar.
Yeah, nice stubby Tonto.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me show you another one. This is Sick Boy. This is about $1,000 knife, and I waited a year and a half for it. But check it out, right? So this is Sick Boy Knife Works. He's badass. Waited forever for this myself. He didn't bump me up or nothing. I had to wait myself, right? But I have a phrase, right? Stomp Strong. And he put the 2 S's in it for me. Stomp Strong.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, all this. So I show this knife, and then I go take an order for it, and then I make some money. But it takes time. You got to wait a year to get your commission sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. That happens.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I see that in the chat there's people talking about cold steel, and there's some conversation about cold steel. Was that originally made in Japan?
I don't know for sure, but
okay.
I think it's a selling point where cold steel is there's a certain type of blade that came out of Japan that was made cold instead of hot, but I don't know enough about it to talk intelligently about it.
Okay.
But I do know steel makes some pretty good knives for the money, and I've been running them personally forever. And like my friends are always asking me what knife to get. Especially now, they want something on their person that's like almost like defensive oriented. And this is the Cold Steel Recon 1.
Okay.
This is the 5-inch version, right? But I want to show you how thin it is. And it's got a G2 handle.
Yeah, I think I have something like this.
The 5.
Yeah.
Man, I have the 4-inch version. I have the 2-inch version on my keys. You know what I mean? This is just a dual everything knife. And the money's good. Cold Steel makes some really crazy stuff over the years, right? Like, you can get some stuff from Cold Steel that you just can't get made by anybody. Like this. This is the Espada XL.
Wow.
They quit like 10 years ago. But check this out, Hank. Let me show you something. This is like a 7-inch blade folder, and it has a wave feature. So when you pull it out of your pocket, it catches. You gotta.
Yeah. Boy. You know what that means?
I guess I won't be using that at McDonald's to spread the butter on my biscuits, won't I?
Yeah, I mean that knife. I'm trying to remember the movie. It reminds me. It looks like something from a movie. That in the movie it wasn't a knife, but there was this movie. It's one of those '80s movies with there was a device that looked like that, and the hero in the movie had that, and he would throw it around. It's not Silverhawk, but it's one of those movies in that vein. That
You can't get this. There's nobody else making this knife.
No, that's amazing.
I mean, this is like what I take to the movies. Like I got to sit there for a long time. I can't have like this on me. Can't have this one on me. But this one sort of works.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sick. So Cold Steel makes some really crazy shit.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so let's see. We got some comments from folks out there that I will get to right now. Let's see. Armament and Axis says his Cold Steel Senmai Tonto was made in Japan. And then he also says, yes, original Cold Steel were made in Japan, not China. And All Thumb says, I have a Cold Steel SRK. That's pretty badass. Matt Morrison says, I wish SOG would make the original Bowie again. What does an original Bowie look like? Is it like the Rambo knife, or?
I think the original SOG is more like the Randall, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure though.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you have any? You don't have any original like Rambo style Bowies, do you?
Let me see.
Okay. Oh, Krull. There you go. Armament and Axis said it. Krull. Yeah. Did you guys ever see Krull? Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up. Look.
Remember that?
Search Krull the movie and the poster for that. Hold on. Let me see. Krull. Krull movie, and then when you look at the poster. Okay, so here we go. Here's from the poster. I'm gonna share this with everyone. So check out this poster with this star spinny thing right here. That's what that knife reminds me of, right there, like that Krull. You ever saw that the knife that they had in Krull? It was like a star with different knife points on it, but that's what that looked like. So where's your knife? Show that knife again. It reminds me. It's not like the 5 points or whatever was on that one, but yeah, that's what that kind of looks like. If you weld 5 of those together, and this is called the Cold Steel what?
This is the Espada XL.
Yeah.
They make one out of G10, but this original version is not available no more. This is a pretty expensive knife right here.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to go to town on somebody, that would be a good one. For sure.
Yeah. Guns for Jeff says, love the podcast, Hank. This guy has some badass knives. And, my apologies to all the folks out there who are listening on audio, right? When we put the audio out and you actually can't see these knives, you might want to actually go to Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded on YouTube. That's the channel that we do this live. And check out this video with with STOMPNU. Walt, what you got back there? Let's see what that knife is you're throwing up there.
I always got to bring this out. This is the Glock, I guess the Glock fighting
very
knife
cool.
or whatever.
Very cool.
But the one that Arlie Ermy signed for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. A lot of people, when I was looking into stuff today, man, a lot of people don't realize that Glock was making, what was it, curtain rods or curtains or something, and knives.
Well, the first thing they made for the Austrian Army was the knife.
Yeah.
That was the first thing.
Yeah,
and
then
then
they're
they
still
morphed
making those.
into the.
They made some
Yeah,
sewing
okay.
too. He had 17 patents, 16 patents out before the 17.
Yeah. When I was looking at Wikipedia, so hold on, this might be a good opportunity actually to pull up Wikipedia on this on Gaston Glock.
Gaston Glock.
Yeah.
Gaston.
That doesn't sound very
And they're-
Austrian, but I guess it is. What do I know? So
Sounds
here
like
we
a Disney character.
Yeah, it does sound like a Disney character. So it says right here, Gaston Glock, born 19th of July, 1929. That's an old dude. He's still out there kicking butt. Is an Austrian engineer and founder of the firearms company Glock. And it says Glock began as a manufacturer of curtain rods in the 1960s and knives for the Austrian army in the 1970s. He had not designed or manufactured a firearm until he was 52 years old, so I still got some time. He was already an expert in polymers as a result of his previous business ventures. In 1980, he bought an injection molding machine to manufacture handles and sheaths for the field knives he was making for the Austrian army in his garage workshop. And his earliest employees were from the camera industry.
Badass.
There's some cool info there that I didn't know. And so there's a couple of different things. Like this talks about his personal life. He married Helga Glock. That's a very Austrian name or German name. In 1958, and they co-founded the family business in 1963. They got divorced in 2011. They've been in court ever since 2011. Fighting it out. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Who knows what will happen when that gets settled? Maybe we'll see the Glock carbine. What do you guys think? When that all gets. But under there it says murder attempt, and I was like, murder attempt? What is this talking about? Yeah, so under that, this is on Wikipedia. It says murder attempt. It says in July 1999, Glock's tax advisor Charles Ewert hired a French mercenary to murder Glock with a hammer in a car park in an apparent attempt to cover up embezzlement of millions from the Glock company. Although Glock's injuries included 7 head wounds and the loss of about a liter of blood, Glock was able to fend off the attack by striking the hitman twice. The hired killer, 67-year-old Jacques Paqueur, was sentenced to 17 years in prison for the attack. Charles Ewert was sentenced to 20 years as a result of Paqueur's testimony. What? I didn't even know that.
So crazy.
Did you
No.
guys know about this?
Nope.
Embezzlement.
Yeah, so let's go back here. So some dude embezzled millions of dollars from Glock, the accountant, always the accountant with the embezzlement, always.
Always.
Walt, you know what? I think I should do the accounting for your books. I think Anyway,
No.
so no, yeah, I know. So anyway, so this guy embezzled money. He didn't want Glock to find out. Hired a mercenary. First of all, who hires a 67-year-old mercenary? What is wrong with you?
Not the plan.
Yeah, you're gonna. So this guy attacks. And you know what? This is such a funny gun story, because here's the owner of Glock, and he has no Glock on him. Right? He doesn't have a gun on him. This guy attacks him with a hammer, because guess what? It's all the guns in
He
the
don't have
bag.
a gun either.
Yeah, the 67-year-old mercenary. I'm sorry to laugh about this because this is actually not funny, but it is funny. So, yeah, this is crazy. This is
Probably
crazy.
got him for a reduced price for being 67.
Yeah. So, and it says here, So Gaston Glock had 7 head wounds.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Imagine a dude attacking you with a hammer and getting 7 headshots in with that hammer, and he lost about a liter of blood, but he was still able to fend off the attack. So he's, and he struck.
He's got to be able to hit the guy a couple times and beat him off.
Yeah.
If the guy.
Wow, that's really so that's really crazy. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about that. DCG44 says piss poor mercenary. What do you think? What do you think about this, Walt? Give me your, because I know you're a Glock guy just like I am. You like guns, but you're interested in a Glock story. You got the knife there. Gaston didn't even have a knife. But
yeah.
What do you think about that?
That's a weird ass story. I mean, come on, man. I guess you wouldn't suspect the 67-year-old guy to get you with a hammer, but
yeah,
you know what I mean,
yeah.
It's strange.
It sounds to me like way more to this story than we realize, and there's like some undercover like bits that we don't know.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
Like a different story than we really think. Like maybe a couple guys meeting up and not getting along after a while, and no one can know about it. I don't.
Armament and Access says assault hammer, and then he says beat him off. What?
Beat him.
Yo.
This is what I would want if I was in that situation against a hammer.
You would want that? Okay, I understand that. I would want a machine gun, but that's me.
Well, yeah, but we gotta assume we're in the situation that Gaston is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer to that is. Maybe they said he attacked him in his car when he was sitting in his car.
Yeah, let me see if I could. Let me see if I can get this. It says, in a car park, in an apparent attempt to cover up embezzlement.
Oh, that's a parking lot, like a parking garage.
Yeah, so he attacked him. Yeah, he probably maybe he was in his car and the guy came and started smashing the window and trying to go after him. Let me see if I can pull up any more about this. And listen, here's what I would say. First of all, this is horrible. It's gruesome. Terrible way to go. Why didn't the accountant just break out? Just go to the Bahamas or someplace, Why would you go?
Rick says he was probably upset about the plastic sight.
Yeah. Oh, I know there's going to be some. I know there's going to be some things. So let's see. There is news about this. There is news. Let me see. So the Forbes has an article I'll throw up here. Oh crap! Ad blockers. Oh boy. So we can't look at that. We can't look at that Forbes article. Let's see. I'm gonna find another one. Let's see. Assassination attempt. This is from Glock Talk. There's a whole bunch. This is in the news. I just never ever heard of this. Yeah, that goes back to.
Well, I mean, 99. That was 21 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
The internet. There was the internet, but it's not the internet like it is today.
Mm-hmm.
As far as it probably was in the news back then. It's just we weren't paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if there's other news on this, but yeah, there's several stories. So, for example, I see here in this Guns.com article that Gaston Glock flies that corporate jet with his name on it. So he seems like
he flies it.
Yeah, he's the pilot. It says that on here.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah. The 90s have looked at Gaston Glock as the name that we look at now, right? I mean, over the years, it's just turned into be such a reliable brand. I mean, I have 2 guns. One of them's a Glock,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's it'll be interesting for someone to make a movie on this. There's so much like crazy stuff going on out there. I would like to see I would like to see some kind of movie or something about that. It might be interesting. I don't know. Who could play Gaston Glock in the movie? Do you guys even know what he looks like? He's just,
I have seen pictures at one point, but not
Yeah, we
recently.
could
I don't
get
know what it
Arnold.
was.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's Austrian.
Who's the first nose? Gerard Purdue,
Huh?
the guy with the big nose, the blonde guy, the real big dude.
Gepard Depardieu or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, this is interesting. It's interesting though. I say that in the movie it should be Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
Right.
I'd be Glock.
Yeah, I'll be Clark.
I'd be Glock. I'd be Glock.
Yeah. Wow.
Let me ask you, what was your first gun? Do you remember the first gun you bought?
Are we talking legally?
Yeah, whatever one you talk
Oh,
about.
okay. Because there's the shadow category and the real category. Let me see. What was it? I think the first gun that I bought was a Glock. Glock. What was it? I believe that it was a Glock 19.
Okay, you remember
Which I
that
still
movie?
have.
The movie True Romance with Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
I ended up getting a Ruger P89 after that movie.
Oh, okay.
Like the day I turned 21, I bought that. Me and my friends all shot that gun for like 5 years. It got used by everybody.
Okay, Ruger P89. What was that, a pistol?
Yep, 9
It's an
millimeter.
automatic. Yeah.
Big and blocky, but man, great gun.
Hmm. Oh, okay. And that was who had that in the movie?
I think Schwarzenegger used that in the movie, or it might have been who was the other guy? Tom Arnold. One of the two of them.
Oh, okay. There you go. For anyone who wants to know what the Ruger P89 looks like. Okay, awesome.
It's weird how the movies influence you. You know, like my movie growing up was Red Dawn. So I started shooting AR-15s at first, and then I got an AK-47 in my hands, and I was like, wow, this is just I love it. So it's weird how movies influence you so much.
Yeah. Night Train says, I wonder if Arnold himself owns a Glock. I don't know. I'm sure he's probably got some guns.
He does.
Yeah, I would believe he's got some guns. I'm guessing he's got some expensive guns. I'm going to say probably some 1911s type of thing. That's what a lot of those Hollywood dudes are into. So there you go. Walter, are you thrown by this whole thing, this whole Glock story?
No, I mean,
No, it happens. The exciting
Yeah.
world of gun manufacturing.
yeah. It's just so,
I'm
it's
sure-
either complete boredom or sometimes complete terror.
Yeah.
And usually not a whole lot in between. So
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I want to go to this Olight. There's actually a Olight flash sale going on, and I want to send you guys that. Lola, I think there's a link. I'll be able to throw up a link here for you all in a second. Actually, let me get this. Let me get this opened here. So if you use the code Hank10, you can get 10% off at any time at Olight. By the way, for anyone who's looking to do that, but we'll pull up this page here, and I'll show you if it ever loads. Come on, load. Here we go. Boom. So there's a 40% off sale that started at 8 o'clock, and I guess it's going to until midnight tomorrow. So from 8 o'clock tonight till midnight tomorrow night. And there's a whole bunch of Olights that are on sale there. If you guys are looking for a link, I will throw a link up here. Basically, you've got these camo lights. You've got some of the Peruns or pre-runs. Why am I calling them Peruns? I don't even know.
Peruns.
Pre-runs. So, yeah, we've got
just
some
a
different...
Peroon.
Yeah. That's how my brain works. My brain works in mysterious ways. So the Warrior, we've got the Warrior, one of the Warriors in here that's on sale. You can get these cool bronze colors here. There's also the Perun. Is it the Perun? See, that's
You
why
said
I'm
it
calling
again.
it the Perun. Yeah, it's Perun. It's not, I don't know. I'm going to say it's not Pre, it's P-E-R. So it's Perun or something like that. But there you go. I don't know where they come up with these names. They should just call everything the Hank. But I like this. This is a cool flashlight. This is a angled flashlight, and I like that kind of stuff. This is a smaller version, and I think I showed you guys this before. I've got the bigger version of the Perun, and I've been carrying that around. So they've got the smaller ones, and here's the i3T EOS Slim EDC flashlight there for you guys. And there's a sale going on. I will throw up some links here while these guys are talking about stuff. If you guys want to see any of this stuff, let me know. But I will definitely throw up a link. I think Lola probably already threw a link into the chat or something like that. If she's here, I have no idea. Lola probably might not. She might not even be here. But here we go. I'll throw this link in there for you guys. If you're looking to get something from that sale, you can buy some stuff from Olight, get some cool flashlights, help support us at the same time.
I have that one. What's that thing called? That small one? That red one?
The red one is called the i3T EOS right there. What's that, Lola? What are you trying to tell me?
Yeah,
yeah, Lola said it's in the video description. So if you're looking at it, it's in the video description. What's that?
I have an older model of that. It's like 5 years old. It still runs badass. It takes just a little battery. It runs killer.
Yeah, small, lightweight. These ones are rechargeable, but also small and lightweight. Lola's trying to claim that one, but I think I'm going to claim that. I have like infinite dibs on everything that is angled. Those are my favorite kind of. And then this one's the Warrior. So you've got the P-Run Mini, the Warrior. There you go, Warrior Mini Camo. And use the code Hank10. You get 10% off anytime for stuff that's non-sale. This sale is going from 8 o'clock tonight till tomorrow at midnight. So there you go. All right. And Brian Quick says it's pronounced Per-un. Per-un. That's what he's saying. Per-un. Per-un. Per-un.
Odd name, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. What does it mean? Does it have a meaning? It's just a random name on the flashlights. Anyway, they're cool. Olight, I think, makes good flashlights. You guys can get your hands on that. So, there we go. Let's see. What other stuff do we... here's another thing in the news I wanted to throw up and talk to you guys about. 5 teens, 9 men charged in major Bucks County gun trafficking bust. So the group, including children as young as 14, purchased dozens of firearms before illegally reselling them on the streets. And this happened in Philly. So Bucks County, PA, a major gun trafficking organization operating throughout the greater Philadelphia area, was busted recently with 14 individuals now in custody. Authorities announced on Thursday the group, including 9 men and 5 teens as young as 14, illegally purchased dozens of firearms before reselling them on the streets, the Montgomery County District Attorney's Office said. All told, the group sold 44 firearms around Bucks, Montgomery, and Philadelphia counties. Officials said the sales mainly took place over the summer, from July 3rd to August 27th. Investigators allege such straw purchases are often made by individuals unable to legally purchase firearms, including convicted felons, domestic violence abusers, juveniles, and the mentally ill. It goes on and on. So yeah, stuff like that, still happening out there. Got the kids involved. I hope they actually come down. One of the things I've noticed is when this stuff happens, they don't actually really give these guys any kind of time for this stuff,
Yeah.
So let's see.
A lot of times.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to some other stuff here. There was a Buffalo Firearms. This is another one, interesting one, to me at least. Buffalo Firearms instructor sentenced to jail for fraudulent gun safety courses. So a Buffalo, this is in Albany, New York. A Buffalo Firearms instructor accused of falsifying firearm training courses and skirting state training requirements was sentenced to 4 months in jail, followed by 3 years of probation, according to State Attorney General's office on Wednesday. Dennis Brennan, 66, was sentenced this week to the split sentence after pleading guilty in July to first-degree offering a false instrument and first-degree scheme to defraud, both felonies. He defrauded New Yorkers by failing to provide proper security guard and peace officer training. It says peace offer, but it should be officer training as required by law through the Peace Officer Training Academy in Buffalo. So this guy didn't have like his proper licenses and stuff like that, and he was giving out the courses. So when you do this stuff, you need to make sure that people giving you these things are legit.
You know what really bothered me about that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see those neutered AK-47s for New York compliant?
No.
Oh, they were in the pictures. They had the magazines that were fixed and only 10 rounds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Huh?
Horrible. It
Yeah.
makes me see that.
Yeah. Here's another one I thought was funny. I'm just throwing up. The other ones weren't funny. This one I think is funny. So I'm just throwing up some news stuff here. Let's see if we can get this up on screen. Okay. Where is it? Here we go. Oregon man shoots himself in groin after showing off gun in grocery checkout. Lincoln City, Oregon. A man is in a Portland area hospital after police say he shot himself in the groin area with a handgun Sunday while in a grocery store checkout line. This kind of thing seems like it happens a lot. Officers were called out at about 7:30 on reports of a gunshot injury at McKay's Market and Highway 101, Lincoln City. They arrived to find 29-year-old Nichols Ellingford had a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his groin area and leg. He was taken to Samaritan North Lincoln Hospital before being immediately flown to Emmanuel Hospital. An initial reports state Ellingford was waiting in a checkout line when he pulled a Glock 9mm semi-automatic pistol from his waistband to show a friend. What? Why are you doing that in the checkout line? As he was putting the gun back in the front of his pants near the zipper, he accidentally pulled the trigger. Police say. Yeah, the bullet went through his groin area and out the lower thigh of his leg, narrowly missing his femoral artery.
Yeah, I don't understand why people carry that way at all.
Yeah. I don't know if he had like an actual holster or whatever, but you don't like. Why would you be in the checkout at a grocery store showing your buddy your Glock? Like what is wrong with you? Armament and Access says appendix carry for the win.
Right? For sure.
Holt says ouch.
I mean, this is like the Darwin Award. I mean, you think you would figure out how to carry it. Maybe he took it out because it wasn't carrying right or something, but still he ends up shooting himself in the junk. I mean, what an idiot. I mean.
Yeah. Also, people need to stop showing off their guns.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Stop showing off your guns, man. Don't do it. Yeah. Yeah.
Concealed, right?
Yeah, pick some... Huh?
The whole point is to have it concealed, right?
Yeah, exactly. And if you want to show stuff, there's appropriate places to do that and appropriate ways to go about that. But to show what you have that you're carrying on you to defend yourself... and yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Don't do it. That's how you're just inviting something to happen, and then doing it in a supermarket checkout line. Yeah. No. There you go. So here, this one should cheer up Walter, because you like to talk about. One of these days we're gonna, Walter has a saying like throw him away like a used Trojan. Walter has this saying. You remember that, Walt? You're always saying, oh, they're going to treat him like throw him away like a used Trojan. You always say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so here's the story. I'm going to bring this one's for you, Walt. Police seize 345,000 used condoms that were cleaned and then sold as new.
What?
All right.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, so... Oh, really?
You
got a question
teacher.
before
I have a question.
Yeah, okay, Do you want me to tell the story first?
Go ahead, tell it.
Yeah, let's get a little bit of this.
Question.
Yeah, let's get a little bit of this. Police in Vietnam have confiscated an estimated 345,000 used condoms which had been cleaned and resold as new, state media reported. Footage broadcast by state-owned Vietnam television VTV this week showed dozens of large bags containing the used contraceptives scattered across the floor of a warehouse in the southern province of Binh Duong. Okay. Let me not linger on
In the
that.
corner of Big Dong. Big Dong.
Stop. Well, okay. Police said the bags weighed more than 360 kilograms, which is 794 pounds.
A lot of condoms.
Okay.
That's a lot of rubber.
Yeah.
Lot of rubber.
Yeah, equivalent to, I'll say it again, 345,000 condoms, according to VTV. The owner of the warehouse said they had received a monthly input of used condoms from an unknown person. Like one dude was just collecting.
No way.
All right. So my question is, can I ask questions now?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get this. A woman detained during the bus told police that the used prophylactics were first boiled in water, then dried and reshaped on a wooden phallus before being repackaged and resold. VTV said it was not clear how many of the recycled condoms had already been sold. The detained woman said she has received 17 cents for every kilogram of recycled condoms she produced. What? Yeah, go ahead, Walt. I know you got questions.
Where you get all that condom from?
I don't know, man. There must be some.
And they all look the same in the picture there.
Yeah, it must be some.
So everybody.
That's your standard whorehouse condoms right there.
I mean,
Brothels.
Who collect?
Pleasure palaces.
I don't. How do you collect them
57.
up?
Is that what that is?
What's that?
That's
$58,000 in condoms used.
Oh, money. Oh, well, yeah. When you put it like that.
17 cents a condom times 340,000. That's a lot of.
No. That's not per condom. I thought it was per 17 cents for every kilogram of recycled condoms. So how
Is
many
that
kilograms?
before they wash them or after they wash them?
I don't know, but that came up to that was more than 300. It says more than 360 kilograms.
Okay.
Yeah, so she got 17 cents per kilogram. So.
Yeah, you drop them in the recycle. When you're done, you drop them in the recycling bin. Is that what it is?
I think. So Walter, your question was what? How did they get these?
How you collect all these? You
I
go
don't
around
want
the
that
street.
job. Yeah.
I'll take the used condoms.
Yeah.
I need.
Used condoms. Used arms for sale. Let's say, $61? No.
Not worth it.
No, that's not worth it. No.
For recycling, that's a messy job right there.
Yeah. Yeah. That is, it's really disgusting. There's lots of levels of disgusting going on there.
So what's worse, condom sales or importing or hijacking magazines in Mexico?
No, I'll do the magazine thing. If I had to choose one of these.
Magazines for the win.
Magazines all day. Magazines all day. Night Train said, what is it? What did Night Train say? Hold on, let me go back here. Pixamite says, how the frig do they clean them? Who does that job? Len Holt said, reuse, recycle, replace. Gorillas and Guns says, ew.
The new Green Deal.
DCG says, oh, good God. Pixamite says, OMG. What? Why?
Imposter says, where's Mike Rowe when you need him?
I'm telling you, right? That is a dirty job. If there ever was one. Yeah, that's such a disgusting thing.
Horrible.
You know? Yeah, and there just must be like a big bin. Like all of those pleasure palaces over there probably just have big bins like put your condoms here.
Yeah, the whole about the condoms is the most interesting part. It's not that they do it. It's not that they sell the used condoms. Mm-hmm. It's that somebody turned them into them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like somebody has to gather those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nasty, baby. That's nasty.
Yeah, it's completely disgusting. And then they're going to boil it and then reshape it on a wooden phallus.
I bet that smells real good when you boil up
Yeah. Yeah. But okay, from my understanding of this, is a little birds and bees situation going on here right now. My understanding of this is there's special chemicals in those things, right? Aren't there?
Well, yeah, some have spermicides and stuff.
Yeah, spermicides and stuff like that in there. So boiling it, all of that goes away. So those are dangerous condoms getting floated around Vietnam.
Well,
don't go to Vietnam, and if you go to Vietnam, definitely don't have sex. Don't use a condom. None of that. Don't even go there. Okay, because you're probably using a reused condom.
It's not love you a long time. She loved you recycled long time.
Oh boy. Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
situation is just horrible.
Yeah. That's. Yeah. Yeah.
$5 for your use, $10 for new.
Yeah. What do
Your
you
choice.
even sell a recycled condom for?
I mean, I think they're probably just providing them in with a service. You would think to the whorehouse.
No. Stay away from Vietnam. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah, God bless America, right? We got
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Oh,
crazy.
dear.
I thought you guys would enjoy that one a little bit. Every now and then we gotta throw
I'm
one
keeping
of
it
those in
clean
there.
compared to my comments before the show. So
Yeah, I know. Walter had some crazy comments. I try to get Walter to get all that out of his system before we go.
before.
Yeah, before we actually do the show. So let's see. Do we want to go into some knives? Or let's go. Let's do some more gun stuff. So this is on the Truth About Guns. Yeah, this is interesting. Army signs new contract with FN America for more M249 SAW machine guns. Boom.
Beautiful.
I thought the saw was on the way out.
It says the Army has been talking about replacing the venerable M249 squad automatic weapon, more affectionately known as SAW, for years, but they've continually found it awfully hard to replace a firearm as durable, proven, effective, versatile as a 5.56 NATO M249, a gun that's been in hard use since the Reagan administration. It seems the Army just can't bring itself to quit the SAW, and they've just signed a new contract with FN to keep the light machine guns coming for at least another 5 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so interesting. So yeah, it's been around since '86. Wow.
Replace the M60. They used to call that the pig, right?
No, the M2, the 240 replaced the M60.
Okay.
The saw, there was no, we didn't have a 223 belt-fed machine gun before the saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does the semi-auto version of this cost? Anyone know?
I think they're like, well, before the I think pre-pandemic they're running around $7,000.
Oh, okay.
I think.
You think things like that are selling big time in the pandemic?
Uh,
People are like going into the store. You know what? Nothing else in here. I'm taking that saw.
I'm getting that saw. I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably
Here's
a good
3.
zombie gun.
I guess.
Yeah.
Here's 3 credit cards. I mean, put it all on all 3 of them. Break it
Yeah.
up. Put it on 3.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to break it up. Okay, what's that?
That's my RPK.
Okay.
Yep. RPK. Yep.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, that has a bullet hole in the bipod. I can't show it to you right now, but that's a one off a battlefield pickup.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. To go back to our previous story about the condoms, Jen Champ Jr. says, "Who saw that coming?" And Night Train says, "I would use a Michelin tire if I was in Vietnam." Yeah. Yeah, those saws are cool. I would like to have a saw one of these days. Those are cool.
Would be fun.
Yeah. Gorillas and Guns says RPK sweetness. There you go. Very awesome. Let's see. Are there any other?
Well, on the Truth About Guns, as you mentioned that, I mentioned earlier about the Parkland families. The Florida Supreme Court rules against Parkland families, limits total damages to $300,000. The Parkland families were saying each person that was there should get $200,000, and the Florida Supreme Court said that was one incident, and there'll be a total of $300,000 total. Okay. So they wanted, so they kind of got their.
And where's that money coming from?
That's from the state. That's coming from you, Hank.
From the state, yeah. Right.
So
Yeah. I mean, it
the state did.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. I'm listening.
No, I was going to make a commentary. The state didn't shoot anybody, so
yeah.
I don't know why the state is paying money. So.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that happened, and for those people who lost their kids and all that, that's tragic. And there's a lot of things that went wrong there, and a lot of people who I think are culpable in that. But look, I mean, the sheriff from that place almost got reelected.
Almost did, but he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, thankfully he did not get reelected. But I just think that there has to be limits on it because everyone that lives here has to deal with that situation. And I think that really what people need to do is make sure this doesn't happen in the future where people ignore things. There were folks that try to report this kid and have people check up on him, FBI, all that kind of stuff. Ultimately, the rest of us can't foot that bill, although it's a tragic thing. There's probably not a number that can replace your kids. I've got kids. I think you guys, I know Walter has kids. What about you, Stomp? You got kids out there?
No, I don't. But the idea that everything costs $1 and it has to come out of someone else's pocket is insane. I mean, the idea that you're paying for mass shootings when someone's broken. I mean, who knows why these people necessarily do it? I mean, there's no reason to think that you're going to be able to assign a monetary value to any of this and try to make sense out of any of this. So I don't understand it really.
Yeah, if we're gonna do anything, we should try to protect the kids better.
Well, the lawyers are probably upset.
I'm sure. Yeah, listen.
They always seem to profit.
Yeah.
So
it sucks, and we need to hold people responsible, and then politicians that don't really do anything. Look, there's a lot of, maybe this is not so bad in Florida. There are parts of Florida like this, and I think it did happen here. But there's politicians letting criminals go. They're letting these guys out of jail. They're not following up on things. There's politicians around the country that are just, letting stuff happen in this attempt to make everything worse, And
it turns into a problem for everybody else. Now you're, here in San Antonio area, right? I'm out in the country, but the guy with the, driving the Uber car gets AK-47 pulled on him. He shoots the guy, and all of a sudden he's in trouble. And it's like, what's really going on here? I mean, seeing one thing, I mean, gaslighting seems to be happening constantly. You see a thing, and then it turns into something else. You know what I mean? It's insane what's going on right now as far as all that goes.
Absolutely.
Cops getting shot in Kentucky last night. I mean, over what? I mean,
because people aren't satisfied. They're not satisfied. Things got investigated. People took their time. There was some charges that were filed, I guess, on one guy. People weren't satisfied. That wasn't filed on everyone. But there's lots of information out there now. This grand jury had information that we didn't have.
And like always, 9 times out of 10, there's a lot more information that everybody doesn't know about. Everybody makes these quick decisions on this, something that gets put out in the press, and you don't know the details.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different
really
things.
Happened.
Yeah, I think they had some evidence showing that she was complicit in what her ex-boyfriend was doing.
Yeah, she was a gangster.
Yeah,
playing gangster. So I don't know details, but that's just what I heard.
Yeah, listen, this is why the way our system is built up is the mob doesn't get to figure out what justice should be. That's called a lynching. That's called a lynching. I'm assuming people don't like lynchings. So the mob doesn't get to figure that out. The way our justice system works is the prosecutors go look at this to see if there's a case, and they present that case to a grand jury. Grand jury looks at evidence that we don't see, and they make up their mind on what to do, and that's how it goes.
And I guarantee you there's some black folk in that grand jury too.
Probably, yeah. But ultimately, go ahead.
And guess what? It didn't turn out the way they wanted it to. See, you're never going to make these people happy. Ever, never. No matter what you do. Yeah. It's not about making them, they're not going to be happy.
It's interesting because you have the whole entire, the black-white point or whatever. But, I'm a teacher for the last 14 years at a school for kids that are extremely violent and ill-tempered, and they're there for being violent, right? And I tell them the day you turn 18, no one cares about your problems, and you're going to be out in the real, all the lax attitude people gave you, that they gave you the break, it's going to get you nowhere but jail. You have to be able to sit back and be accountable for who you hang out with. I got lucky over the years. I've lived a really crazy life, and I've been able to get past it and not have the issues that some people may have. And a lot of that is luck, right? But a lot of that also is walking away from people that are horrible people. You have to be able to look at people and say, I can't be around you. There's a choice about being kind, and if people aren't being kind, you have to stop hanging out with them, man. It's you have to be nice in general. People are just forgetting the old school manners. You don't. There's no burning taking someone's stuff. I don't understand any of it, and it puts the whole country in a really weird spot. Where I'm really glad I'm out in the country 40 minutes from San Antonio. I don't have to ever go there. But, I'm thinking about what if I'm in dinner and someone comes up and starts yelling Black Lives Matter to me? You know what I mean? I don't want to deal with none of that.
No, you shouldn't have to, but do what you need to do to defend yourself, man. And then the rest of that will get handled later. I know there was a guy, remember there was a guy that was a bar owner, and I guess he was a Trump supporter, and there was this there was an altercation that went down where these guys really tried to beat this guy or kill him or something like that, and he fired warning shots at one of the guys, and someone else went after him, wound up killing that guy. And then they initially they didn't press charges because he was clearly defending himself. And then this pressure made them press charges against him, and I think he was looking at like 90 something years, and then that guy committed suicide. And I think that's unfortunate. I wish he was able to like hold on and not do that and fight it. But I know that if you've got to defend yourself, you do it, and then people are going to be mad and whatever. You go out there, you defend yourself, because ultimately you have the right to defend yourself in America.
Yeah.
And you can't. It's unfortunate and sad that guy was under so much pressure that he did that to himself. When if you look at the video of what happened to him, he was clearly defending himself.
In the right.
Yeah. So there's lots of this going on, but that's not how justice works, people. If you really want to if you want to go back to lynchings, you're probably not ready for that. I would just say you're not
remember
ready for that.
that cycle can go in another direction too, my friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Cycle can go really bad.
If justice becomes who has the most force, there's not going to be justice.
You lose.
Yeah. So sometimes we're not happy with what comes out of it, and I get how people feel for the people immediately affected, directly affected by that, immediate family members. But let's realize here that they gave the Breonna Taylor family, what was it, $13 million?
12 million.
Yeah, that all happened before this whole thing went down. So, and like I said, there's not a number that you could put on this, but reality is reality. This is reality, hitting the pavement here. And if people don't like it and they want vigilante justice, which means whatever they think is justice, once you open that up, that's just not going to be fun.
Yeah, remember, it can go back the other way.
Yeah.
It can go back really hard.
Yeah. So
it's just going to come real hard on a point where your average person that's, like not prepared, but sort of been ready for this, or sort of saw the writing on the wall years ago when you don't want to be pushed to a point where you're not being nice. I mean, this whole thing everyone needs to backtrack a little bit and look at their neighbor and understand they probably got way more in common than not. And I'm talking about politics. I mean, you probably have more in common than you think with your average Democrat or whatever, lefty, than you think. And if you started talking about what your kids were doing and where you were going to dinner and who you maybe went to church with or what kind of car we're driving. I mean, me and Hank could probably talk about watches and Hemis and Dodges all day long and have two different opposite sides, and it doesn't mean anybody's wrong. It doesn't mean that I'm an ass because I like something you don't like. Me and my wife have totally different views about a lot of stuff, and we get along famously. It doesn't mean we're not arguing a lot too. Mm-hmm. We're two strong people. Mm-hmm. I mean, not giving up. She's not giving up. We met when we're older. There's no reason that the average person should not get along with each other. You have to get back to the basics.
Yeah, when you lose your civility, that's how that happens. When you throw out your civility, but when you do that, like what we're seeing where they're trying to force people to chant along with them or do whatever, I'm not doing that. I don't give a crap. You can't force me to go along with anything. And I'm not going to do it. If you don't like it and you want to...
These people, the chanters are all, and all these people that follow this stuff are all weak-minded souls because they're so easily they're like puppets, and they're getting puppeted they're getting controlled by people that are just doing this for chaos. That's all it's about, chaos.
Yeah. So, if there's a problem, let's fix it. If there's really a problem. But if someone is in the wrong, if something initially looks really bad that happened, which I think in that case, hey, it looked bad, But if when they actually slow down and look at all the evidence and everything that happened, and they're like, hey, this is not a bad thing, you got to deal with that. You got to deal with that. And the way to deal with that is not to keep burning stuff down. You know,
there's no free stuff from Target in that.
It doesn't fix things, right? It's just like the Juicy Smollier thing, right? This guy straight up just fabricated a story that could have kicked off one of these things. If it happened right now, we would have people burning stuff down around it. It's clearly that he fabricated it and did something wrong. There's still people that support him.
And look at the district attorney and the other people that are covering for him.
Yeah.
Putting their
reputation.
Reputation online to cover for this guy. So you know what that tells me? There's a little bit of this going around somewhere. Somebody is.
Or they don't care. They want to push things. They want to push a certain narrative. They want to push the country and people in a certain direction. Like if you look at Chicago, the mayor there, she wants her home and her people completely secured. You know, so yeah. So
bless her heart.
It's weird. It's weird too because you can have a guy like me and my like I have a podcast, right? It's called the Stomp Strong Show. Mm-hmm. We're in for like 17 episodes now, and my co-host is bald, right? Mm-hmm. And his name is Saad Aziz, and he's a black belt jiu-jitsu instructor, and I became really good friends with him in town, and I take classes with him and stuff.
Cool.
He's a 32-year Navy guy, but he's bald, right? And I'm bald. And last couple episodes ago, we got accused of being skinheads. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, I don't even know what's going on here, man. It's like, I'm 47 years old. I haven't had hair on top of my head since I'm about 37.
Yeah, do people actually even know you, like who you are, before they start making those accusations?
Dodd's son is African American. My wife is African American. I mean, I'm a school teacher. I love everybody. I portray this because I had some really crazy stuff happen to me as a kid, and I don't want no one to fuck with me. That's my. But that doesn't mean I'm racist just because I have a bald head.
Well, because they don't like what you look like. You look like something they want to say, this is the prototype for this. You don't know.
And I may look whatever, but it doesn't mean I've been a school teacher for 15 years and a bouncer for 12 years before that with no charge ever.
Listen, the biggest racists are the Democrats, the liberals who are out there trying to tell black people to just give it all up to them and let them control their lives. People like Joe Biden that says if you don't vote for him, then you're not black. Those kinds of people, that thought that he had is not a mistake. That's what a lot of liberals, a lot of white liberals think out there, and they want to control you. They think they know what's best for you, that they could do this and they could have this stuff, but you can't have it. Those are the people afraid of you, and they're disguised, and you think they're on your side, and you think other people are your enemy. No one has to like anyone else. Okay, we just need to have access, or we're not all the same, but we need to have access to the same rights, the same protections under the law. And when bad things happen, truly, we figure that out, we need to deal with it. When a bad thing did not truly happen, then we just need to deal with it. We need to accept it. We need to deal with it.
You got to come down to, you got to look at somebody for what they're actually giving you. And if you're not in a conversation with them about their life, you don't know nothing about them. You're assuming things. You're not getting to know people. People need to stop assuming the other side is bad and get to know each other on a common ground. And then maybe you can work it out. There's ways to think differently and accept both ideas. I'm not saying I have any answers, but what I'm saying is if the other side is always wrong, there's going to be nothing but a fight. Yeah. There's no reason to be mean to somebody because they think differently than me. I just have to vote accordingly. It doesn't mean I like who I'm voting for. I don't like Trump at all, personally. I would never have him at my house for dinner or anything. But I'm voting for him this time for sure because I love guns. I mean, I really, really love guns. I'm a one-issue guy, right? So it's easy for me. I see the other side circumventing the rules and wanting to take everything away and make the restrictions, and I go, no.
Why would you even vote for Biden? Like, there's no reason.
There's no upside.
Why would a halfway intelligent anybody vote for him. He's just like
Well, it's a con game. They think that they're actually doing the right thing. I think. I mean, at least they fight it like they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Walter. I know you want to get something in here. We probably should be wrapping up, but I'll let you get this in.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would support him just because they don't like Trump. Bottom line.
Yeah, probably.
You know, and that's.
Let's hope most of the people in America aren't that stupid.
Oh well, 50% of them are.
Yeah. Because what these guys are planning on doing to you, it's going to be all on you that they go ahead.
I can't have conversations with people that are sometimes so just out in some other planet. They're not even in the same dimension that I live in.
You know what's crazy to me? I can't believe that since January, like I know this didn't kick off really in January in terms of, now this whole like COVID thing did, but in terms of forcing everyone to wear masks and all that stuff has been started around January, but really got crazy in March, right? Okay. Most of this year, people have been forced into that stuff. People are getting arrested for not wearing masks. All this kind of stuff is going on. In America, 350 to 370 million people. We've had 200,000 deaths. That's terrible. We lost 200,000 people. We would have probably lost close to that anyway. If they have, because if they have flu and all these other existing conditions, we would have lost them anyway. So we're doing pretty well. But we're under these restrictions from these people, draconian restrictions that they have no plan to end, and there's actually people in America who are thinking about supporting Democrats.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, you're actually going to. That means, and then you want to say someone wants to bring back slavery and all this kind. What this is slavery. Like I see the Obama thing where he says, "Don't let them take away your power." They're fucking taking away your power. The Obamas and the Bidens and the Clintons and all these other bastards, Pelosi, Schumer, they're taking away your power.
The only time you hear anything about black people in America is at election time. Yeah. The rest of the time, you're another Trojan that some Vietnamese dude's going to pick up and recycle, because they don't give a shit.
No, they don't truly. They don't truly.
When it's time to get to vote, that's all they want to hear is the vote time, and after that, back to business. So.